Classism within the gay community. Is it a thing? Yes. I'm speaking from experience here when I say that the gay community definitely does have a social ladder, and it's called a social ladder because one needs to climb it, and climbing that social ladder comes with its shallow characteristics. For example, so there was a tweet this week or just today or whatever on Twitter that basically highlighted the fact that in order for you to be a recognized person in sort of the gay community and be taken as somebody that someone would want to be associated with, you need to be hanging around with a certain type of person or a certain crowd of people that are considered to be elite, or as my favorite term or my favorite phrase, the better gays. And we all know who those people are. We're not going to act like we have no idea. It's very clear. Just go on your Instagram pages, go on your Explore. You'll see a lot of them. Also on Twitter, you also get that clout classification where if you're not being mentioned by somebody who's got 7,000 followers on Twitter, for instance, you won't be taken seriously. Now, I know this because I'm guilty of it. Before I even respond to a notification, because sometimes you tweet something, before I even respond to somebody tweeting me or quoting me or atting me, I first go into your profile to see what's your following ratio, and if you're following more people than you are being followed, then I really don't think I should waste my time on you. And this is obviously now a thought paradigm that I need to challenge, and it is very, very present in the gay community, and a lot of people are trying to deny it like it doesn't exist. Guys, classism is a thing in any setting, so if it can exist in the heterosexual community, it most definitely can exist in the homosexual community, queer community rather. And I think it's actually exacerbated more in the queer community because there is a lot of superficiality, if that's even a word, that surrounds my community, and I'm not necessarily proud of it, but it does exist. And I'm not saying that I'm exempt and that I'm excluding myself from this whole narrative. I'm consumed into the culture. I'm part of the culture, and you need to be able to see yourself being part of that culture, especially if you are these people that we are to consider better gays. And the cha-cha is not that we want to be your friends. That as an argument just goes to prove that you're putting yourself on a pedestal because you think that I'm trying and crying for your attention. Sweetie, I'm not. It's just an observation, and the observation is the facts. Just because now the observation is challenging a habit of yours or a certain situation that you subscribe to doesn't mean that I, the observer, am being ridiculous. You need to be able to see yourself for your own trash. The same way you want people to be aware of their homophobia, you need to also be aware of the internal discrimination within your own community, and that you are actively a part of it, and you need to call yourself out for the classism that you have for whatever reason, whether it be followership, whether it be a financial standing, whether it be, you know, how pretty you are. In the gay community, you need something, you need somebody to sort of propel you and take you to the mainstream. For example, if you date one of the gays that are known, you sort of start getting attention. You know, you start getting followers, and people feel like they can mention you because you're associated with Joe Soap, who's got 10,000 followers on Instagram and on Twitter. And that's just the tea. We cannot deny that. It's right there. There's no need to even fight it because it's evident, not even only on Twitter, not even only on social media, but going out, and you can see the people who don't want to associate themselves with anything other than who are you and what are you known for. And that's just the tea. Accept it, it's there, you live it, and it doesn't mean that you are a bad person, but if you can interrogate within yourself and be able to see yourself being a part of that whole movement and being able to call yourself out for it, then that's great. No one's fighting you, no one's crawling to be your friend. Get over yourself. That's just the tea.